welcome to potentially what is going to be my favourite New Zealand vlog. We are spending the next 5 days in and around Queenstown, starting in the town of Wanaka. I am so excited for this vlog. We have actually just pulled up in the town of Wanaka, which, Tom, what did you just say about it?
It's giving like a ski village.
Yeah, it really is very reminiscent of a ski location, because I think it is, but also I've actually never been skiing. We drove down this morning from Harst, I think is how you say it, and I'm gonna insert the footage from the drive because, oh my god, guys.
Probably the most stunning drive. Yeah, I reckon it is the most stunning I've ever done.
Yeah.
It was just crazy.
Honestly.
Really crazy.
Never seen anything like it, so I'm gonna insert that footage here. This is the New Zealand we've been waiting for. Okay guys, we've pulled up at another stop because everywhere you look, these are the views. Like, are you joking? Look at how beautiful this mountain is. I was just saying to Tom, I don't think I've actually ever seen a mountain with snow on before. I don't think I've ever been anywhere like that. It's so cool. What are you doing? How are you gonna get back up?
The same way.
Okay, well, I'll let Tom be photographer because I'm not scrambling down a cliffside at the side of the road. Why does this low-key look like where they'd film a Kia advert? Like, we're driving in a Kia and it's like, you too could own whatever model of car this is that I have no idea. You've never looked less cool in your life, actually. Is this your favourite song? Where do you think you're going, babe? I won't ride it all night long. You know it now. So we stopped at that waterfall, guys, and Tom and I always offer to take photos of other people because we know how frustrating it can be if you're a couple trying to get a photo together and there's nobody there to ask. So Tom asked this couple, he was like, would you like a photo taking of the two of you? Because they were stood taking pictures of each other.
On an iPad.
Yeah, so they were using an iPad, and a big iPad as well, not just like a mini iPad. So they've got this massive iPad Pro or something with a keyboard, and they handed it to Tom to take the photo.
I've never taken a photo on an iPad in my life.
I could see it was heavy as well. He was holding it oh my god. Anyway, he takes these pictures and he shows them to them, and they're like, no.
I was so worried about dropping it. I was just trying to keep a firm grip. I wasn't trying to get arty or anything. If it was a phone, I'd have probably got a bit lower and stuff. This iPad, I was just holding it square.
Yeah. So then they were German, and they were getting him to take some more pictures, and they were like, get lower. And I was just laughing because Tom was there squatting to the ground taking more.
He was like, blue sky, we need blue sky.
And I was like, I bet Tom was just, he'd never asked. And then they were like, would you like one taking? And I was like, oh yes please, that would be lovely. And she's standing there, she's like, take your hat off, ruined it.
On the plus side, people like that obviously kind of know what they're doing. They're not just taking any other photo.
Yeah.
So we should, I haven't looked at them, but we should have some.
Oh, I'm sure they're lovely. Anyway, that waterfall was just beautiful.
But they were very nice. That's a language barrier.
There was a little bit of a language
I'd rather them say, no, I don't like that photo.
Oh, of course. If they're going to print that photo out, imagine that's hanging on their living room wall or something. At least we got it right.
I set out on a road that I built with my own 2 hands. I met friends on the way, people chosen to make a stand.
We've just arrived. We're going to grab some lunch. There's so many little shops and cafes on the actual lakefront itself, and then there's the whole town behind it, so we're just going to have a walk around.
Forgiveness together is spaces in between. And I'll be with you.
Is it really good?
Oh my god.
Is it nice?
Oh my god. That is the best ice cream I've ever had.
Really?
Straight up.
Really? Hold on, let me try that. Let me try this.
Wow. That is like you're drinking amaretto.
What flavor? Oh, it's amaretto.
This is amaretto.
Is that alcohol in that?
I don't know. But
oh my god.
How good is that?
That is incredible. What's it called? The Black Peak? You gotta try the Black Peak ice cream shop if you're ever in Wanaka.
And specifically amaretto.
Guys, we are just sat by the river. Lake, isn't it?
Lake.
Oh, it's just so beautiful. I feel very, very content here, very, very happy. I don't think I've ever sat anywhere with a view as incredible as this. Also, I'm aware that I've got changed like 3 times in this vlog. I promise it's the same day, I just couldn't decide what to wear. And I've changed my outfit to like shorts and a jumper, so I wanted them to match. But we're gonna have a walk around now to the famous Wanaka tree.
Baby, we're children of summer, we're meant to be free. Hearted, we're not like the others, no reason to be. And my ventures, they brought me to places I've never been. But you can walk through this world without a few punches upon your chin.
So this is the famous Wanaka tree, guys, and I presume it's famous because it is growing literally up out of the lake, and I actually don't really understand how. Like, Tom was like, how is it alive? And that's a really good question. I actually don't know the answer, but there's obviously some science behind this. But I think it's also pretty famous because of the view that's behind it. This is the town. We've just come from this way over here. We were having lunch over here. We were taking those photos that you've just seen over this way, and then we've just walked all the way down here. It's quite busy around here, but it is really beautiful. Right, well, firstly, I look bloody rough. Let's take that out. Secondly, we have just checked into where we're staying tonight, and we're staying in an Airbnb. Genuinely, I think this might be one of the loveliest places that we have ever stayed. I'm gonna insert these overlays, but the finishing touches on this Airbnb have been done so nicely. It's basically a wooden cabin style, and I think if I had to guess that it's been completely like homemade, I would guess that the man who owns the property like at the back of where we're staying maybe built this. But I could be completely wrong, but that was literally just because when we pulled up we saw him working in a workshop. But it is absolutely beautiful. When I tell you that we have been in here for about an hour and a half, we just had a little nap. Let me show you the bed because I think it might be the coziest sleeping situation that I've ever been in. As demonstrated by Tom, I mean, I've just been working for the last little bit, but we did have a little snack. We've got toffee pops. These are such a good Kiwi snack, guys. But yeah, look at this bed. Look how cozy it is. It's also so high off the ground. It's like hip height off the ground. It's amazing. Tom's gone. Yeah, I am so excited as well, guys, to get back from dinner and have a shower in this beautiful shower. Like, this is just so nice, so modern. And out here, you have an incredible view of the mountains and the garden. It is beautiful here. We have finished up having dinner. The sun has just gone down over these mountains, and as you can see, the way the light is hitting the waterfront,
It's beautiful.
it really is. What accent was that?
I'm not really sure.
I think that was a bit Scottish.
I think it was attempting to be Scottish.
It is absolutely gorgeous. Dinner was really good. The food there was great, wasn't it?
It was very nice. I haven't had a parma for a while, a whole week.
A whole week. I can't remember the name of the restaurant, but basically, if you're ever here, it was the one right on the end of the high street. Very, very good. They had a veggie ragu, which no one ever does. Like a full veggie pasta. It was great. But now we're gonna head back to our Airbnb. I'm gonna enjoy a shower in that nice shower.
Looks incredible, that shower.
I have maybe just experienced the best night's sleep in the best Airbnb I've ever stayed in my entire life. I'm gonna link Emily's Airbnb down below because if you're in Wanaka and you have a car, this is about 20 minutes out and it's absolutely worth the drive into the town. Like, never in my life have I stayed in an Airbnb that I've liked as much as that. The bed was perfect. The window was also perfectly placed. I couldn't really film this because it doesn't pick up on camera, but I'll insert an overlay here of what the sky looked like. This was out of the window. You best believe Tom and I did not close the blind. We did not close the blind. We slept with that open. I was literally looking at the constellations as I fell asleep. It was just beautiful. There was like the outline of the mountains, the constellations, the comfiest bed in the world. Anyway, we're gonna head back into Wanaka now.
So we're gonna go to a creperie this morning, which Molly found yesterday. That's gonna be breakfast.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna have a drive to Queenstown. It's a bit of a lazy day really, up until this afternoon. Then we're gonna do our little meetup. So we're gonna meet, I think, about 6 people.
I think 5 or 6
5
maybe.
6, and do a little walk for an hour or so, I think, in the evening, which would be nice.
I'm so excited, guys. I put on my Instagram story, like, let me know if you're in Queenstown, because a few people had reached out and messaged me, and I was quite nervous. Like, I've never done this before, but I've thought about it a lot, especially while we're in Australia. I was like, I really should do this, but I just get really like scared. But I was like, do you know what? No, we're gonna do it here. So I think we are meeting 4 or 5 really lovely girls that I've been messaging on Instagram. We've got a little group chat going. So we're gonna do a little hike around Queenstown. A few of them actually, I think 2 of the girls are living in Queenstown, so they know the area. So I kind of was like, well, I've never been, so you guys can decide. Like, I'm gonna put you all together, but you guys can plan it. Like,
and what's the plan after that? We're going for food with them, or is it
I have
like,
no idea.
go our separate ways?
Yeah, we'll see how the night goes.
I have been, as you probably know, this whole trip, tracking the Aurora, whatever it is, the southern lights.
The southern lights.
Whatever the fancy term is for it. Hopefully when it gets dark tonight, we should, fingers crossed, be able to see it tonight. Depending on obviously like what the light pollution's like and where we're staying and stuff, but I'm tempted to do a little drive out and try and see if we can see it.
I would love that, to be honest.
And so from what I've been reading, it's either going to start tonight or tomorrow night, so it'll just depend. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll finally get some pictures of it. So I'm quite excited for that.
Might even be in the vlog. You never know.
Never know.
Okay, we're gonna set off, we're gonna go.
Let's go.
I'm so excited to finally get to Queenstown. That's bloody ridiculous, guys. That's honestly one of the best looking hot chocolates I've ever seen. Mine looks so boring by comparison. What is it? Oreo?
Oreo white chocolate.
Oreo white chocolate. Oh, that'll be mine. Ready? Yeah. Sorry. Thank you so much. No, you're all good. Thank you. So we had some spare time this morning after we had those crepes. And Tom goes, let's do a hike. So I was like, yeah, sure. Didn't really realise he meant like a hike and not a walk. So we're currently climbing up a mountain on the hottest day that we've had. But no, it's nice, it's beautiful views, but I am getting very out of breath. We did it, guys. You can't see the viewpoint at all, but it's just here. So we climbed from here all the way around up the side of the mountain. But yeah, we're heading back to the car now.
It was a
140 metre. Yeah. Is that above sea level or from the car though?
No, that's more when I started it. It's from the car.
So we're already quite a lot above sea level then. Because we drove halfway up the mountain. Anyway, scenery is just incredible, guys. We have arrived in Queenstown and oh my gosh, I can already see why it gets the hype that it does. I think you kind of gathered how much we loved Wanaka. Like, that was such an unexpected surprise. We loved that town. I honestly could have stayed there. But we have planned 3 days, or like 4 days really, in Queenstown, because every single person that we spoke to was like, oh, I wish I'd had longer in Queenstown. I wish I'd had longer. And originally we were kind of doing like 2 days in every location. And then I was like, no, we're gonna add a day to Queenstown because everybody's just banged on about it. So I'm super excited to show you around. We're actually starting our afternoon off by going to meet up with some of you guys, as I mentioned this morning. So that is the first thing we're going to do. We've just checked into a hostel room and I'm going to give you a little tour. Staying at the Black Sheep Hostel, and they very kindly gifted us this stay. So I'm going to give you a tour not only of the room but of the whole hostel. But first we're going to go on a little walk and then meet some of you guys. I'm excited. I'm a little bit nervous. Let's go. So as I mentioned, we were staying at the Black Sheep Hostel and here is a little room tour. I'm actually going to be posting this on TikTok or Instagram, hence why it's filmed like this. But look at the incredible view from the window, guys. It was honestly one of the nicest views I've ever had. The hostel was in a really, really great location, right in the centre. Super social, super friendly, really, really great communal spaces as well. So definitely recommend checking this out if you're planning a visit to Queenstown. And if you keep an eye on my Instagram over the next couple of days, I think I'm going to have a discount code for you guys to be able to use as well. After we checked in, we went for a little walk with the girls I'd met on Instagram, and this was actually the last thing I filmed that day. Good morning.
Good morning.
From Queenstown. Today is the first day of our activities here. We had a really good night's sleep. Tom did wake up in the middle of the night to check for the southern lights but didn't see them. And then now we have woken up bright and early because we have our first activity booked that we are doing here, and that is jet boating. We actually organised this with Get Your Guide as per. I've mentioned them so many times, but they are our go-to for booking any activity. Basically, we're getting on a boat from the main like harbour here in Queenstown, and then we're going to be like whizzed around and thrown about, and we've done this once before and I actually really enjoyed it. It was very fun. So I'm going to swap over to the GoPro and hopefully get some cool action footage of us being flung around Queenstown in a jet boat, which is not your average Sunday morning. But first we're going to head for a coffee. I'm not going to have breakfast because although I enjoy this, it does make me feel a bit motion sick, and I think if I don't eat, that's probably for the best. But then we're going to go out for food after, aren't we?
Yes. Yes, we are.
Tom, how cold are you?
Frozen.
Are Guys, it's 9 degrees. Look how Tom's dressed. No, because trunks were a good idea because your other shorts would have been soaked and you'd want to wear them later. Hey, maybe we won't get wet. Guys, we survived, we're back, we're thriving. I really enjoyed it actually, and I'm really glad that I did, because when I saw the conditions I thought, oh my god, it's gonna be so bumpy. I look very like a bit green actually. I've brushed my hair. You should have seen me when I hadn't. In fact you did. When I was filming with the GoPro, my hair was like whipping me. I've decided not to wash it because it's not actually dirty, and now we're gonna go for lunch because we're starving. Obviously I said we didn't eat breakfast or anything beforehand, we just had a coffee. How did you enjoy our activity?
It was so good.
It was actually really fun.
Yeah.
I think I've got a bit, well actually this eye feels really bloodshot because I've stupidly, like as soon as we set off I was like looking out at the view and then loads of water just hit me like straight in the face and my eye was stinging and I couldn't see anything for like half of it. I was like, oh. So I was gonna put some makeup on but I'm actually not gonna because my face feels quite agitated. So instead we're just gonna go for lunch. I think we're gonna try the infamous Queenstown Fag Burger. I don't know why it's famous, but it is. How long would you say we were waiting? 20 minutes?
Not long.
It wasn't too bad at all actually. We've got the burgers, they are here. They feel hefty actually, and they're pretty good value. Like, I don't think this was crazy expensive.
I think £11 for a burger. Actually, yours was less than that. Mine was £11, and if it's a good burger, I think that's more than reasonable.
So I'm vlogging on my phone because I've left the card in my laptop for my camera, so that's really good. But we are heading out. We've actually had a fairly productive afternoon. We did a couple of hours of work. We're both just sat separately in the hostel, like editing. I'm not actually too sure what Tom was doing, some graphics. And now we're gonna go out. The sun has come out. It's actually turned into a lovely evening. So we're gonna go and sit on the waterfront because there's some really, really nice bars. I'm actually still pretty full from that burger. Like the size of that burger. I think we might get some like bar snacks. So maybe as soon as I smell food, I'll probably be hungry, but like, yeah, we're just heading down to the waterfront. Guys, look at the drink that I've got. This is crazy. It's lined with a cucumber. Slay. Good morning. What are we doing? How are you feeling?
Excited.
I'm saying that as if we're going to do a bungee jump, but we're actually not. We're going to do a zip wire. Zip line, oh my god. So behind me is the bungee jump here at AJ Hackett, next to the zip line, which is what we're doing. I'm not gonna lie guys, I'm even a bit scared of that. Like, I've just watched this lady go down the zip line and I'm like, do I actually even want to do that? I don't know. But I definitely know for sure that I don't want to do this. If you have done this, serious credit to you. So you're gonna have to ignore the building sounds, but we have just returned from the zip line. I'm sure you saw it. I'm proud that I did it. Then I watched all the bungee jumpers and I thought, well, I've got nothing to be proud of because they're like the bravest people ever. Couldn't be me. If you've done a bungee jump, fair play to you. Like, anyway, we've come to a cafe called The Exchange off recommendation of Alice, who we were with the other day, because apparently they do a really great Whittaker's chocolate brownie. And the Whittaker's chocolate here in New Zealand is just unreal, guys. Like, it is, dare I say it, maybe nicer than Cadbury's chocolate.
Ooh.
I know. And apparently the brownie's really good. Also, I look like I'm in like year 7 at school and I've been writing on my hand, but this is the AJ Hackett way of telling where you're going. But yeah, anyway, Tom's got the brownie. I've actually gone for a veggie roll because I don't really have a sweet tooth, guys. I'm much more of a savoury person. So I'm gonna let Tom try the brownie. All right, well, Tom's just tucking in. I was gonna film it. We're slowly eating our way around Queenstown and I'm not mad at it. Camera's very dark, you can't really make it out, but Tom's letting me try a little bit. Are we ready? That's very nice. Okay, it has been a couple of hours. I finally washed my hair. You probably noticed it was scraped back in a bun. It needed washing so badly. And I washed it and I got out of the shower and this is how it's dried. I've clipped up like the 2 front sections. Left these fringy bits out. I'm not really too sure if I regret that. But it's just gone so curly. I think the water must be really good here because I noticed such a difference in my hair depending on where I am. It's now 5:30 and we are heading out to meet the same girls that we met the day we got here for drinks at this rooftop bar. I'm so excited to be meeting them again. We got on with them so well, like it was such a lovely dynamic, and I think everybody's coming as well, so it's going to be really nice. Before that, Tom and I are going to stop and grab some food real quick. We've walked past loads of like, not street food, but like pizza by the slice or like hot dog stands, and the hot dog stand we saw even did vegan hot dogs, which is really good. We're going to go out. I'm actually going to change my jumper, but for now, we're ready. You know what I love?
Pizza.
Pizza by the slice. I think this is an amazing invention because we don't want a big meal, but this just looks delicious. Good morning from the car. You join us en route to the Milford Sound and we have been driving for about 4 hours at this point. Nothing in New Zealand is as close as it looks like it is. I had in my head that this was quite a small country. It's actually not. Anyway, you might have noticed we're sat stationary because all of the cars in front of us are stopped, and I've obviously been stopped for a while, and everybody's kind of getting out and talking to each other. I'm like, what is going on? Maybe it's like one at a time. Oh, I think I get what's happened. So one of the guys that just walked past is like, oh, there's like fallen rocks. Obviously we're in the mountains. So I thought, oh, maybe it's not safe to drive through, like maybe there's gonna be an avalanche, which wouldn't be great. But I think it's actually just that like half of the road is blocked, so instead this wide load vehicle is guiding the traffic through like one at a time. That's gonna take a really long time. But anyway, we're going to the Milford Sounds, which is quite famous here in the South Island, and we're meant to be doing a cruise for 2 hours across the Milford Sounds. It's basically this massive famous lake. It's meant to be stunning. It's meant to rain something like 300 days of the year. It is raining now, but apparently it looks more atmospheric in the rain. Here we go. That's the wide load vehicle. And now here's the oversized, oh, it's like a road train thing.
Yeah, but that's why I'm confused. Why did the bus go? Because surely the bus should have waited.
I say we've been sat in the car for coming up 5 hours. But we left Queenstown this morning. We really enjoyed our stay there. It was lovely. It was probably our favourite town that we've visited. It lives up to the reputation that it gets. Guys, we're about to enter a tunnel that's apparently like 2 kilometers long or something like that. I only heard about this for the first time yesterday. That's why we were just sat at these lights for like literally 5 minutes.
Is it new then? Is this why they're doing all the work?
I'm not sure, but like I don't love the thought of this. A tunnel running through a mountain in a country that just is known for earthquakes and landslides. This seems safe.
It doesn't look very new.
No, it doesn't. Wow.
This is pretty cool though.
It is kind of cool. It's literally a hollowed out rock. Like it's not really, the edges are not.
I feel like we're in like the Italian job.
You're in a good mood. He's not in a good mood, guys. He's not in a good mood at all. He hates it. As soon as the weather's like this, Tom's like, nope.
I still think of you now, though my memories turning bleak. I'm still walking this road on my knees, they are ever so weak. I never thanked you for putting your faith on a bum like me.
Oh, guys, it has been a while. Classic me. And I'm just going to quickly end this vlog because I know that it is a super long one. But without doubt, Wanaka and Queenstown were our favourite spots that we have visited so far in New Zealand. And I'm going to be honest, obviously we're a bit ahead of the vlogs in terms of where we actually are. And it's still my favourite place. I think that Queenstown deserves the hype that it gets. It is such a cute, quaint little town. Absolutely worth visiting and staying a little bit longer. It's also worth doing the day trip to the Milford Sound and also to Wanaka. Wanaka definitely. I will say the Milford Sound was a big drive. And I think the last clips that are in this vlog were from there. We actually did stay over in a town just nearby, and I'm really glad we did, because you can do it as a day trip from Queenstown, but it's so much driving. And honestly, the weather did kind of let this down. I don't want to sound like a broken record, and I have mentioned it a lot, so I'm not going to be like, oh my god, the weather ruined it. But like, I'd heard that you get bad weather there, but it was like particularly very low cloud, so you couldn't really see very much. But I am still glad that we went, and obviously we stopped over down there, so it wasn't like a wasted drive. And overall, that is my opinion and my verdict. Wanaka's probably my favourite place, not gonna lie. It was just beautiful there. But yeah, Queenstown, Wanaka, best part of New Zealand so far. Thank you so much for watching. I will be back with another New Zealand vlog super soon. Give this one a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and don't forget to subscribe as well if you're new, by the way. Anyway, bye guys.